Hello, I develop serverless application for AWS cloud, and here is architecture diagram. When user comes to our application, it call from static hosting Angular application, which communicate with Amazon API gateway, which call special function for each request, which communicate with Amazon DynamoDB and retrieve information or store or delete. This is depends on function and depends on API. So I need to develop Angular application which communicate with Amazon API gateway or with this backend. Probably it will be useful application, but for working with backend or API gateway for retrieve dynamic information from Amazon DynamoDB. So for this we need to create application. Let's begin. So let's generate application. For this I use command no standalone, because standalone I believe that we should use for small project. For production project it's not very convenient way to develop application. We call it AWS prefix swe. Okay. Okay. Let's generate it. Okay. Okay. And let's wait. So we created application. Let's run it. Okay. Dear cd AWS, and now we need to navigate to folder which we created with project and run our application. Build it. So now it's available. Let's open. So we can see our application. It's running. It's okay. So let's stop it. And open using VS Code. So let's continue with open terminal and AWS and run our application. Okay, now let's review pretty standard application. We have routing module, modulus module, and app component, where we see AWS. This is title, and HTML. If we look at HTML, we can see a lot of styles, but we actually don't need it all. Delete. Let's delete. Margins, etc. Okay, let's save. So you can see how it changed, and here is HTML code we need only svg Angular logo. This is part array. Don't need it. Yes, don't need. Okay. Okay. Control Z. SVG we still have, but SVG P and all other we can delete. So maybe we need kg svg div, one div. We need one div. Yes, this one, and this we can delete, and let's save it. So here's our application. svg and I think we can delete this one. Let's save. So yes, we lost our svg. What if we delete this one? Oh, okay. Let's save. This is our application, and we start from this point. So let's stop our application and let's install Bootstrap. Project is AWS. Let's install. Yes. So to develop our application, we need to understand how we can interact with our entities with our REST API. So we have a post function to create order. Here is example for entity. We also have a get. This means we return a list of our orders, and we have in response several orders, which we earlier I show you this one, but we have 1, 2 or 3 or more. Other option is to use global index. When we use index, we get indexed. This is index in DynamoDB, which similar to SQL databases contain, but I make it smaller, and in this case it returned us only a mail and city, because this index for searching by others. So it make smaller request and send less data, so it good it. And also we can get by email, we can get or order by user email. This is ID, and we can put update order and delete order. We can, so we need form for put method. For post method we need form to create and to edit our order. So how many components do we need? Let's generate our components. I believe that better to create module to work with orders, so we can use this command and generate module name. Module name will be orders, and component, how many we need components. Probably firstly we need order list. This is first one. Then we need order create. Then we need order update. And for working with indexes, because we have their different view, we create additional component. We order city, order city. Okay, this is additional component where we display our index and search for needed city. So because we generate using CLI in module file, we see our components. Are added. To interact with our IP gateway, we need to create service where we use HTTP client. Generate service, folder service, and service name is order okay, generate. So we can see here is appears our folder and service, order service, and for test file. Next, what we need to create model folder, new folder, model, where we define our entity. So here we define our class, and we make all properties as optional. Only mail and city we need to define in constructor, because later when we define our service, this property can be undefined, but this one cannot be. so I define them in constructor. So let's continue to next. Next, let's talk about service. Here is our service. I use API where I define API to return as mock. So probably here is file orders, and I have 3 orders which I define in mock API. So here is our browser, cache, I delete. Let's define our point, and here we can create mock where we use orders and get method and response body. For response body we use that array which I mentioned before. Here is 3 orders and we save it. Then we can copy. Here is address, my soup, and we add orders. So how it configured. So let's continue to review our service. Order service, here is our path. We just use it to test or get orders list for now. Here is methods. We get array and other method like get order by mail, get order by city. This is when we use index and here we use query, and here is create order, update order, and delete order functions. So that is our service. So let's review our project. Here is component. Here I added logo and navigation bar where I add our components, link to our components. Here on the main page I add these 2 scripts, this for bootstrap, and also I add custom icon. I add SVG, icon and SVG into folder icons which I created in assets folder to use my custom logos. Here is next. Here is our routing model. Here is route to order list component. This is default component which will be showed us when we open our application. Also I created form to create order component, update component where we need to pass email parameter, and city to show index where displayed only email, and city and button to edit them. And we also can filter order city component and order list component by email. This and city we can filter by city. So that's all. And let's review our app module component. Here all our modules, all our components, and we need to add HTTP client module and forms module. HTTP client module to work with HTTP client, and forms module to work with forms. Next, let's review order component class. We implement on init and on destroy. Here we have variable delivery order array and email parameter. Here we also define subscription and inject order service. In on init method we subscribe to get order list method and define result to our orders array. On delete we use delete method and send a mail as parameter. And here is also search by email, and we here we verify that our email is present, not null, and this email not equal empty. Because it's empty, we this not make sense to search empty string. And if it is not empty, we subscribe to order email and create a new array and push into that array our result, because this is partition key and we can have only one order. This is unique. And on destroy method where we implement unsubscribe method. So let's review HTML. Here we add search navigation panel where we use search. Here is input for mail, and here is method which we run when we click button, and here is button to create new order. This is link to our route. Here we define table where we define columns, all properties, and two buttons to edit and delete order. Here is for loop new syntax where we iterate over order properties, and we create two button to update by email and to delete by email. Call methods. So to review this component, I create mock, and let's review. Here's our browser, and here's our navigation. This is responsible design, so we're using bootstrap. Here is input for email, here is navigation to create order, and here is button to search. Here is our properties, and because we need to update, and we see our properties, and here also button to edit and delete. When we press edit, we navigate to edit form. We can't edit email, but we talk about it later. And here's to create, where we can create. And okay, let's review code. Okay, let's continue. Let's review order create component. We implement on destroy. On init we don't need because we don't subscribe to component. So here is we have delivery order. We init initial value. We have array cities and statuses. This is our enums. Here we have messages. This is for validator, where we put validation errors. We have subscription, and we inject order service and router. Router we use to navigate to order list component or our home page. Subscription we use to subscribe on create order method and log to console error if they happen. Here is call to validator. Here is our validator. We have validator which get order and return array of messages. If we have errors, validation errors, we put those messages into our array. Here is regex. We check regex. Here is author validation, and here also regex to American numbers because we work only in America. Here is check validate date function we call. To validate data we use moment library. Here is how to install npm install moment. We get current date and add 3 days, and then or we check our user data, that is after valid order data, after today plus 3 days. So here we check is before, but we return false. If it is before, it means that we have mistake. Otherwise, it return true. It doesn't work. Doesn't return false. We return true, and everything is good. So let's review our HTML component. Here is form. Here is on submit button. On submit method, here is binding to our model, and we interact over properties. Here is selector, where we iterate over that array which I mentioned before, where values of our enum cities. So we can select only cities where we work. And here also statuses, the same situation. We iterate over statuses, and we can select only status which we have in our enum. So, and here is part where we display our validation errors. If we have messages, if messages length more than 0, it means we have errors, validation errors, and we iterate over that errors and display them. Here is button to create order. Let's review. So here is our orders, and let's try to edit this one. So we can't edit email because this is our partition key. City we can change. Here we can change name, address, phone, quantity. Here is, and date. We can select date, but if we select tomorrow's date, it fail when we have error. Phone, also invalid because this is Ukrainian phone, and the minimum date is 3 days from today. So you can see that it works. So next, sorry, looks I show you update, but here is create. We need to use email, for example, city, name. Let's put some date, quantity we can't 0 and or less, and here is validation date and status. So we have errors. Okay, update the same, but we can't change email. Everything we can other we can change. So let's review code. So let's review order update component. Here also the same messages, everything the same, but we have also email. Here we also have addition activated route, and also order service router. Here when we need to define this property email, so we use route snapshot params, and we get email from that router. And here we also subscribe get order by email. So, and here is submit. We also validate, validator the same, and here we use update order method if we don't have error messages. And we navigate to our list, and here we can unsubscribe on destroy method. Let's review HTML. HTML also the same, but here we show email as a label, so user can't modify this property. And here is button primary button. We need here change to button dark. So okay, next let's review our index. Here is component for index. Here we also have array of orders, house subscription, house service, and property city. This is our query parameter. Here we use subscription to get index order. Here we use scan in DynamoDB and return all values from index. But if we provide something different than all, probably here it is, search by query by city. If city yes present and city not equals to all, then we run this method. We subscribe to that method and send parameter city and update our orders. And on destroy we unsubscribe. Here is also HTML, and here we display only three properties, because in this make smaller, so we our delivery person can filter by city and work in this city with this client we display only email, city, and edit. So, and we iterate over properties. Okay, let's review it. Okay, update. No, we can't. Let's review orders. Let's review cities. So we have only 3 properties. And we can also edit. It open yes, it here we date. Yes, we have font. Yes, everything okay. Here is default value all, and we can paste and press button, but it now it doesn't work because we connect to mock server, not to real one. And here also we can by mail, but it also don't work because we use no, it works because I suppose I provide that mock. Yes, this one we have, but this and this one doesn't work.